Hello folks, setting this up here. I'll get started really soon, really soon. Okay, folks, time to get going. Gotta go to work here in a little bit. It's 11:43 a.m. and we're getting ready to get started on creating a spreadsheet. And let's get started here. Alright, so I have Libreoffice Calculator pulled up. As you can see right here, I think you can see my mouse. I got it pulled up here, and we're going to create a pay sheet. Okay, so we're going to create a couple of columns here, resize them and whatnot, but we need to make this a little bit bigger so we can see, so things will fit. So I'm going to make this row, right clicking the column here, and we're going to make the column width, we're going to make this 4.00. I don't think you have to put the 00, but the 0.0 would be just fine. And there you go. A name should fit in there, right? So let's name this row name. Yep. I'm going to caps everything. I'm going to capitalize this. And I like everything in the middle. We're going to click over here. We're going to click center and both of these categories here. And I like the font to be a little bit bigger. Let's make it, for the base, we're going to make that 20. Okay, it automatically resizes this thing here. Let's see here. And let's see what the column width is. Row height, it says 34. We're going to make it 0.35. We're going to make this one 0.35 to match. And here at this point, you can take this and just, oh, look at that. See what I just did? I screwed up. Imagine that. Somebody screwed up. Maybe I can just drag it down here. Let's go to 30, stop. Nope, it don't do it. But you can do this. Do the whole row, highlight it. I'm holding the left mouse button down and dragging all the way down here. Right click somewhere along through here. And we're going to row height, and we're going to go 0.35. It'll change every one of them rows. Voila. Okay, alright. Let's see, you're hiring people, and we're going to call this date, let's call this hire date. Okay? And we're going to change this to be all the same. 20, bold, center, center. Okay. Well, that's not fitting. Gee. Well, why isn't that fitting? I don't know. Come on, man. Come on, man. Maybe 20 isn't a very good one for this. So let's crank it down. 16's too big. 14's too big. Let's do 12. Let's do 12, and we're going to make this column width. It's 89. We're going to make that 100. Okay, we're going to make that 100, and then we're going to we'll just change that as we'll just resize them as we go. Let's put the name. Let's call this one Tracy B. Tracy B. Let's go all. Let's say there's 26 alphabet or letters in the alphabet. We're going to make all these here 16. There we go, 27 then. 16, bold, center, center. All right. You want to make it smaller than there, so you know. You don't have to. You can do it however you like. But this is how we're going to do this for this tutorial. We're going to call it a tutorial, okay? And we got the hire day here. Let's say I'm going to make this. Let's make, first of all, you want to change all this to, let's make sure this is all general. So we're going to go to format cells. And it's all set up as numbers. We want to make this. Oh, where's general? Maybe there's not a. Oh, hold on. What am I doing wrong? Format cells. Oh, it does say. Okay, it's numbered and general. Okay, general's totally fine. So it's all general. Here we want to change all these to date. Okay. Let's just change this one. We're going to do one of them at a time. We're going to hit date and whatever format you like using. This should all fit if we use the basic one here. I mean, if you like it to say what it is, you could do this one. This is the outcome right here. We're just going to use this top one for this. Okay. And this is how easy this is. You only have to do that one time, okay? The main stuff you put in for each person you have on the spreadsheet, you really only have to do it once. Because when you drag it down, it's going to work for everyone, okay? And I'll explain that here later, how it's going to work for everyone. But anyway, you just take this, you drag it down, and there we go. So now, we're going to put the date. Let's say it was 8/15, so it's August. So August, you type 8 August, and then let's say the 15th, and it puts the August the 15th date. Let's change that format here too. And this one we made 16. We're going to make this 16 as well. Bold, center, center. I like center and everything. It's a personal preference, okay? So once you got the format you like it, you just drag it down to, see that? So it's got the format right, but we haven't put any information in here yet, so I'm going to delete. Alright, so we got that column made, and we'll make this one here the date. Okay. change. What did we make that? 12. So we're going to make all this whole row 12. Okay. All right. Date. So now we want this column here to be the date to the day. So how do we do that? Does anybody know how to do that? Well, anyway, here's how you do it. Equals today, and hit enter. All right. You don't have to hit this, but you can. And that's going to put today's date. Why? Okay, I didn't change the font. Okay, let's change this all to 12. Bold, center, center. All right. So that's got today's date. I like. What do we make this? Column width. I do rabbit trail. You're just going to have to bear with me. Okay? Did we make the width the same? We did not. So, let's see if we go over this far. Column width 1.00. Hit enter. We're good. Now we can change the font to the other to match. So it all looks even. I like even. I like even Steven. Okay, so here we got the higher date right here, and then we got the date, today's date. Okay, so we need to know the next one. We'll call this one length. Okay, length. Okay, here we're going to create our first formula, okay? And we're going to go, well, I mean, this is not really a formula, but it's a, kind of a small one, if we call it. We're going to make this a sum. So we're going to equals sum. And you hit enter, and it should, if you got everything typed right, it'll put these parentheses up. So I'm going to drag, so I'm just going to say, okay, we want to subtract C2. We want to actually subtract B2 from C2. So we're going to go C2 minus B2. And hit enter. 14. So it's 14. Okay, it's 14 days, right? So after we drag this down, we're going to do the drag. Yeah, I did that. I remember I already deleted that once. All right. Didn't do this one yet. Do this one. Okay. All right, so there we got the length. It's got the length and everything on here. So let's see here. Next one we want to do is years. Next one we want to do is years, so we'll put years here. Because, you want to pay your employees that's been there a while. They should get paid, a little bit more, at least. They should, for, let's say, the first 3 to 5 years, they should get, you would think a minimum of, unless they just do an absolutely horrible job, they should get a 1% at least increase in their pay. Okay, that's why we're making all these columns. Okay, years. And now we need to translate, we need to figure out the years. So we're going to do another sum equals sum, enter, and what we're going to do is, how did I figure this out? How are we going to figure this out, folks? Whoa. What happened on my screen here? Oh, I'm clicking on both pages. That's too funny. Okay. Okay, so we're going to take equals sum. I'm going to make these parentheses myself. We're going to take this D, I'm highlighting right here, D2, and we're going to divide that by 365. Put it on parentheses, hit enter. And we're going to change this column here. Clean it up. We're going to make it say number. Format. We're going to change that to number. We're going to do the negative. Where we go. That's going to be 0. They have been here 0 years. It's 14 days. They haven't been there a year yet. So they're going to be making the base pay for sure. So let's drag that on down. Alright. And then we're going to make the base pay here. Well, we're going to call this base pay. We're not going to put the base pay in here just yet. This is going to be where the base pay shows up. And we're going to put scale right here. And here we're going to pay. This is what people are going to get paid. This is going to be their paycheck. Right here, we'll call it pay. Okay, so this is all the information we want on the base sheet. This is something, you know, you could print out and everything. So we need to find out what their pay is. Alright. Alright, so let's skip. I should have done this more. We're going to change all this to 130. Alright, we're going to make that 130. Alright, we're going to skip this row here. Here we're going to put name, status, okay. Alright, let's put the names here. Tracy B. No. T-R-A-C-E-A. Yeah. Alright, that's 20, should be 26 letters. Okay. And the status, let's say you categorize your employees so that, you know, we'll say, let's call it certified and non-certified. They're going to get paid, they get paid differently. So this is what the status here is going to be. So we're going to put a C here. We'll call that it'll be certified, and N will be non-certified. Okay. Let's how many N's we can make. Copy, paste. Make this some C's. Copy some more N's. Some C's. And alright, so now that row is done. Okay, so here we're going to do a V lookup. This will be our first. Should I go ahead and make the scale? Let's number this. Sometimes Excel and LibreOffice and stuff like that, they like everything to be in like an alphabetical order and whatnot to work. So I'm going to actually make this column here. It's going to be for the next one, but let's just do that one. And we want to go to 30 years. Okay. We're going to call this one here base pay. Okay, and let's say your base salary, let's just say it's $31,200. Okay. Drag it all the way down here. No, I didn't mean to do that one. And let's make this not currency. Currency, all right, gotcha. Okay, currency. Your base pay is going to be, we're just doing one row at a time. Let's see, 31,200. Okay, I'm going to copy. I've got a sheet made that I did earlier. I'm going to copy over here. Okay, what I did, I went through here, and if you take this number and this number, it should be a 1% increase after 5 years, and I think I take it up 2 or 3 years. I mean, but you come up with this on your own. It's really not that hard to do with a calculator. Okay, you just take this, add 1%, add those two figures together. There you go. You got it, right? So, you know, let's pull up a calculator. All right. So we're going to take this calculator. We're going to go 31,200.00 plus 1% equals, it's 3152. So that should be my next field, $31,512 instead of $31,200. And as you can see, it worked. That's what I did. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure I showed you that. All right. And our next field right, this next field is going to be the years. So 365 is 1 year. That's 365 days is 1 year. Go ahead and do this whole row. You could take 30 times 365. It should equal to that. Okay. All right. All our rows are complete, but this kind of looks kind of blank over here, doesn't it? I mean, what is this spreadsheet? Where's my base pay and all this stuff? This is when we're going to do some formulas here. Okay. We got to figure out the base pay. So we're going to do a equals V lookup right here. Whoa, spell it right. If you spell it right, it should just come right up. V lookup. If you enter, it should, your parentheses should come up, and the field we're looking for is this. This is when we put the name in, it's gonna reference this. Okay, when we're gonna put a comma. Okay, now we need to know where is it, what's it looking for at this point for the base pay, and we're going to come over here. I hope I'm doing this right. Believe it or not, people mess up. And we're going to highlight this whole row here. Okay. I'm going to highlight that whole row, and I'm going to hit F4 on my thing. This puts a number sign in because everything's going to be exact. So, and after that, I'm going to hit a comma. And then the row what's in question over here, this right here, is the base pay row. So that is the second column. So at this point, I hit 2. Okay. And then we want it exact, so I'm going to hit 0. We want it to be exact, the exact figure, and then I should hit enter, and it should pop up over here. It's NA. That means maybe I made a mistake. Wow, Tracy made a mistake. How could I do such a horrible thing? I'm going to double check my sheet. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I forgot the 1. So here, it's looking, the 2 is looking for column 2, but it's going to look at the column 1 to get your years. So let's hit enter here. Let's fix that, hit enter. Still NA. Why is it not working? I want to show you how easy and fast it was to pay employees. And this is something you have to do one time. After that, it's just so easy. It's a click of a mouse. To decipher between a certified, non-certified employee. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. I'm going to look over at my sheet here and see what I did differently. E3. Oh. E3. Oh! Aha, ha, ha, aha, aha. Okay, now I figured it out. This is not in there wrong. That's got an NA in here because there's no information here. There is literally no information here. 0 years. I guess it's going to say 0. It's going to be an NA, which we will fix. I will show you how to fix that. Okay, NA. One. Okay. Scale. Don't know why that's NA. But we're going to fix that. Actually, you know what? I could go ahead and show you how to fix that just for the sake of argument. Okay, that's NA. You know, you don't want it to. We want to clean that up. All right. So I'm going to go in front of this VLOOKUP. I'm going to go if. No. That's not why it's NA. Sum base pay. Why is it not? I bet I messed up somewhere. But you know, once we get this first row, easy peasy from that point on. Easy peasy. All right, I promise you. Things are. It may look bad now, but it will be better. It will be better. 100%. 100%. Okay. Well, let's try. Okay, but you fix things. That one you wouldn't want to mess with because that's something that has to be put in when someone's hired. But like right here, let me hit delete here. Okay, here's, you know, right before the formula you hit if. And then we're going to be A2 because this is the column A2. So A2 equals 0 and comma. If it is 0, we want it to be, we don't want nothing in there, so we put the parentheses, the brackets there like that. Then you hit another comma. And after you do that, we're going to put another bar or parentheses or whatever here. We're going to hit this check mark and oh, equals. It helps when you spell things right. It really does. Now we hit enter. Nothing will be in here. So now I can drag this all the way down. So you have to do this stuff one time. All the way down. Okay, here, no value because there's no value to look at. So we're going to do that with this row too. If A2 equals 0. If it is, we want it to be a blank, comma, put in another bracket on the end of here, and hit enter or this check mark, and there you go. So now I can drag all this down. We're going to do that here too. Equals if bracket A2 equals 0 if it is blanket comma bracket. We're gonna. I just know how to do things. I don't know the technical terms for this, so If you can't follow along, then I apologize. I think it's a parentheses bracket or whatever. Okay, we're going to do that with the base pay here too. If, not 2, 1, A2 equals 0, if it is, blanket, comma, bracket. Now that look a little cleaner. Looks a little cleaner. I like it. Looks a lot cleaner. Base pay, scale. Now we need to do another next to VLOOKUP. So we're going to do equals VLOOKUP. Create my parentheses. And here we're looking still in A2, so it's going to be A2. That's our first reference. That's where we want to look. When they type the name, we want this column to look at that name, so it could come up with, you know, this column here. So here we're going to look up through these two columns. We highlight that, and we're going to hit F4. It puts the dollar signs. It just makes everything exact, okay? And then the column that's in reference is 2, because this is the second column. This is the first column. So it's 2. And it's in reference to the name, so we're going to put the comma slash, I think it should be 1. And then we put a bracket here and hit enter. And there's nothing in there, so we're going to do the if command again. If bracket A2 equals 0, comma, for if it is, we're going to blanket with the brackets here, comma, and we're going to come down here and put one more bracket. Let's just hit enter on this one, and it should work. Or you can hit the question mark or the check mark, and we're going to go drag that down to. See, dragging is so easy. I mean, a kid in kindergarten could drag that down. That's that's just how stinking easy it is. And pay. Okay, let's do pay. So it's going to be an if command. Let's go ahead and put a name in here. I'm going to put Tracy A. Tracy A. Let's see what pops up. Okay. Okay, this. Really not sure why. This is an A. Oh. So I looked up the wrong column. This one, to get the base pay, we need to know the years. So the column that I should have looked from is in this one instead of this one. So we're going to change that A2 to E2. And that should go, the NA should go away. Well, no, the NA did not go away. I like doing this live so we can fix mistakes, and let's see if anybody's saying anything. Not a single thing. So let's figure out where did I make the mistake in my code. I need to put my contacts in because I'm squinting and I'm going to get a headache. We look up E2, that's years. I did wrong. Oh, hold on. It's probably the format. There's no, it should be currency. There's what it shows. That's the outcome. Let's get back to that. Let's do the pay here. Oh well, that really doesn't matter. That's totally Totally fine. Okay, let's get the pay going. I really don't feel good. Oh man. I will be right back, folks. Bear with me. Apologies. Alright, sorry, I had to get me a water, use the bathroom real quick. My alarm to get my butt up is going off. I'm already up though, doing a video. Switched from coffee to water. Alright. Really want to get one row done and looking good before I do anything here. Okay, but here, let's go. An if command equals if, and we're wondering about this here. That's going to change the pay. So if, and put the bracket, if G2 equals C, we got to put the bracket for the text. C equals C, and if it is, we want to take their base pay and divide it by 26, and if it's not, we want to take F2 and divide it by 22. So that's what we're saying there is, if you're certified, you're going to get 22 checks. It's 52 weeks, and it could be different for your jobs, but 52 weeks in a year. If you get paid every 2 weeks, you're going to get 26 paychecks. So that's how I come up with that. And if not, if you're non-certified, you're going to get 22 checks. So let's see what happens here. NA. So something in my formula here is broke. The problem here is the 0. And I'm telling you right now, if I put a 1, instead of letting the computer do it for me, instead of using this one, if I put a 1 here, these NAs are going to go bye-bye. So I got to make this say 1, regardless if they had their length. So let's change the date here. All right, we're going to change this date here to last year. So we're going to make this 1 here, and let's see what happens here. Yeah, see, it changes. They have to be here a year. So I need to make this here say 1 if they've been there 364 days. We want it to still be a year. Okay, if they've been here 10 days, we still want that to be a year. So we just got to change our if command. Okay, we're going to do the different if command here. No, sum is fine. How did I just change that? Pay, here is the pay. That's if you've been there a year. Your paycheck, if you're certified, would be $1,200. Now let's see what happens since I made this row, the VLOOKUP here. Now let's see what happens when let's say I make this an N. And that's what your pay for non-cert. You get paid more, so you just say anything extra you would just have to save, I guess. It's easy for people to say who doesn't live on that income to say just to save that. So we're going to change this back to C here. See how it changes back and forth. So how we could change that, is make, instead of doing the sum here, we can do a if command. So let's hit delete. And we're going to do an if command equals if. I'm going to put the bracket up here. So if this thing here is less, okay, no. Is less than 364, then we want it to be 1. And if not, 0. Let's see what happens. See if a 1 pops up. Is greater. Is it? Does it need to be the other one? And that's what happens when I put change this to 22, or yeah, 0. All right, we got to change the YF command. All right, we'll go equals if bracket D2 equals 0, then 1. If not, then we take C2 minus B2 That's not right for my 14 years. All right. So we got to get the right command in here. So let's put today's date. August 29th. 0 years. All right, folks. Come on, man. How can I get... Does anybody understand this? Can anybody message me on this and then tell me how to get this to be 1 if the length is 0? Because I want to make sure people get paid, right? So... I'm embarrassed, I gotta say. I'm just embarrassed that this is not working. My sheet works and this and that, it's the same. Unless I made some really ignorant mistake here. That's gonna really make me mad when I figure it out. Or just maybe I didn't plan on this never being 1. So let's try equals if D2 is greater than 0, then 1, and if not, sum of C2 minus B2 here, oh, looky there. It helps when you do it right. Doesn't it help if you do it right? So it's on. If it's greater than 0, it's going to be 1, and if not, it's going to do the formula of C2 minus 2 to come up with the thing. And so I should be able to drag this down now. They're all going to change to 1. Let's see what happens when I hit delete here. That still stays 1. So we're going to do another if equals if A2 equals 0, and if it does, bracket, comma, and we're going to do another bracket on the end here. Let's see if that corrects it. It does. So now we can scroll down here, and it looks all clean. So let's see if I put my name back in here, Tracy A, and all this shit stuff should never curse. Cursing is bad. I don't care. Accident. I mean, even if it's an accident, you still have consequences for accidents. Okay, there's still consequences. Don't ever curse. That make you cool. There's my pay. And let's see, my pay is certified. I'm going to get more checks, but my checks are going to be less, so it takes it down to $1,200 as your base pay. Okay, so now, since all this is done here, I already dragged here. Did I drag here? Yes, this is all dragged. You can see because it's got the formula up in here. It's all dragged. It's all dragged. Let's make sure let's make sure. Let's just redrag everything. So I'm glad I didn't give up and end the video. And we got this thing fixed. We fixed it together, folks. Of course, none of you helped me. Okay, none of you helped me. Just saying, well, if you did, I don't see it in the comments yet. So if you did, I apologize for saying you didn't help me. Okay, 27. This down here. We don't want to drag that down because we don't want to give everybody the same. Heaven forbid. 27. All right, the values. Okay, it messes up the value here. So we need to do the if command over here. Let's delete this. if A2 equals 0, if it is, blank blank, comma, bracket, enter. Why did it work? Oh, it helps when you type it right. Let's clean that up. If I'm going too fast, you want to know exactly what I just did, you just have to leave me comments. I will be happy to do a one-on-one with you anytime in Zoom or whatever. We could get her done. I could do a team view, and I could take over your terminal and your computer, and you could watch everything I do, anything. Okay. So any questions you have, always feel free to ask. I just got a text or an email. All right. Oh. All right. So let's hit delete here. So now everything looks clean. Let's put in hire date 8 6. We're going to put August 14th, just for the sake of argument. Okay. Okay, so now here, let's scroll over here, someone who's been there 24 years. Tracy X has been there 24 years. Man, that is awesome. Let's see what happens when I hit Tracy X. Tracy X. Hire date was August 15th, but the year was 1996. Something's not working right. First of all, I'm going to hide the length. They've been there that long. Something wrong with my... And I thought I was close to being done. Years. Okay, D2. D2 divided by 365. That's got to get the years. So the years are not right. The year stage here is not right. That should be, 96 to 22 is not a 1 year. Oh. Oh. It's my if command. Yeah, it was my if command. I did the greater instead of less. So now if I change this to yesterday, let's say August 28th, then I get that goes back to 0. So it fixes it except for if you're been there a year. But I still got to figure out a way to do that. Let's change this back to 1996. Yeah, their pay went up. See how it changes? Automatically it changes their pay based on that. So we need to make sure this is exact. Oh, it's not exact. I don't have the exact. I didn't use the exact commands or anything. So if I let's try just putting a $sign into this and see what happens. And then we're going to change this to August 28th. No, it still says 0.
What do you think they're going to do something about that road?
I don't think the county is going to do jack about that road, to be honest with you.
Then why did they do that in the first place? The road was fine.
It's a freaking shame.
The road was fine.
Yeah, they
now I can't walk across the street.
I'm recording, by the way, too, so
sorry.
It is a shame. I'm just letting you know, so if you said anything foul, you didn't, so.
I said freaking.
Yeah, it's way different. If it means, but if it's means the same, then it's the same. But anyway. So instead of, I guess instead of, why is this 0? Base pay because of this. So it's my VLOOKUP bad? So if A2 okay, for years I need to do. Oh, we need to do a VLOOKUP. No. Maybe I can do a part 2 to this video to fix this. Comment, leave me comments. I mean, I don't mind comments as long as they're nice. 0 years. That is definitely 0 years. But their base pay needs to be if let's delete this. Okay, I'm gonna do equals if, and if E2 equals zero, then M2 then if not, oh, this is taking a while. It's only going to be one. Once one row is done, drag. So base pay if maybe I don't need the length. So everything works except for no, this has got everybody at 1 year. So I got to get the years fixed. So let's get the years fixed here. Alright, so hit delete. And we got to get the years fixed. That's obviously not 1 year. So equals sum bracket this divided by 365. That's 0. That's the if command. Brain farts right now, guys. So instead of a sum, do it if. What do you think? Equals if if D2 is less than 365, then sum is M2 okay, that's really bad. Yeah, I'm probably going to do part 2 to this, or delete this complete video and do it from scratch once I figure it out. How easy it is, huh? Because I've only got another 15 minutes to fix this. Hi, honey, recording a video. You want to finish it for me?
No.
Okay. Everything good next door?
Yep. Very good.
Equals if D2 is less than 365, then one and if it's not, then D2 divided by 365 did that fix it? See if that goes up from ones, and it does. Just a little bit of finessing. So let's see if that's right. If 14 no, yeah, that's right, because these are days. These are all days. So they've been there. Let's see what happens if they've been there a complete less than a year. That's less than a year, so that should be 1. That's 2 years. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it does the pay right. So now let's see if I change this to, well, scale. Scale should be It should come up automatically. We need to do a VLOOKUP for the scale. Oh, we did. Let's copy that up there. Okay, so now I can just delete all this because all that's going to work. Let's see if anything, value. This one, we need to do another if. Because I don't like this messing up like that. So we're going to do if A2 equals 0, and if it is, it's going to be blank. Add another comma here, or bracket or whatever. Let's change, and now let's see if that works all the way down. Voila, gone. So that's working. So now let's see over here. Tracy Z's been there 20. I need to go all the way down to 30. Oh, well, okay. Why I didn't do that is because after 26 years, if it was my company, I'd pay a different paycheck, or they would still get your increases each year, 26, 27, 28, 30, up to 30 years at least. Okay, so let's see. Tracy Z, been there 26 years. Let's see here. Tracy Z, how much does he make? Oh, the hire date. Okay, that's kind of broken. So when I hit the Tracy Z, I need to do another thing here. The hire date. So you would just make another row over here, and you know, and so the hire date comes up automatically. So that way, you know, our years and everything are calculated right. So let's do make another row over here. And we're going to put hire date. Hire date. Hire date. And this is something that has to be done as they go around. So let's see. Format cells, date here. Okay. Drag this all the way down. Okay. Let's see. August 15th. So let's hire date. We're going to do a VLOOKUP. So equals VLOOKUP, parentheses, and we're looking A2. And we're going to look in that new field we made. Highlight it, and then I'm going to hit F4, get the exact. And we're looking in column 2 because of the field in column 1, parentheses. And let's see over here to see if it made the date. It did. All right. So let's drag it down. Should nothing show up in Ace because there's nothing here. So that means I need to know, I need to go to if here again, equals if parentheses A2 equals 0. It is blank blank, comma, add another thing here. And that should have taken care of it. Let's see if all this disappears when I hit drag it down, and it does. Alright, so it looks like we got a fixed sheet. You know, it took a while, but that's it. Okay, so an office personnel, that whoever does this, the boss, whoever does this kind of stuff, it would have been quicker. My back is absolutely killing me, and I'm not thinking straight. But even not thinking straight, this sheet is actually complete. So let's hit delete here, and everything goes away. Just type in, well, I mean, I've only got one figure in here, so pretty much when you get hired, they're going to come in this row here, and they're going to put your hire date in. Then everything will be right. Okay, fixed sheet. Let's just type in ACA. Been there a long 123 years, man. I am freaking old. Hopefully somebody's retired before 123 years. But it's only showing up that way because I don't have these fields done. So if I just drag this here over here like this, it changes everything. It says I've been there 26 years because I just dragged it up just to show you that no matter what name I put in, for ACZ will actually be right because I've been there that long. So you just put the hire date.
I don't know why I didn't ring.
So we're going to change this to 7 8 9 2000 201 2 0 0 2 3
Yeah, read it.
2004 2005. After I'm done with this, we gotta go.
There is an
2006.
ongoing investigation surrounding a personal matter after receiving a
2007.
report of misconduct filed on August 18th, 2022. The district responded immediately and followed our statutory legal protocols, notifying local and state agencies and investigate the claim. The employee was immediately placed on administrative leave on August 18th. This is an ongoing investigation and personal matter, and we are legally unable to discuss any details at this time. Our district will update stakeholders and be fully transparent once we receive the results of the investigation, and decisions can be made based on factual information received from law enforcement. As always, student safety is our top priority, and we appreciate your patience as we move through this process. Huh.
What's that all about?
I don't know, something happened.
Where?
School.
Who? To who? Skinner?
No. It's, I don't know what happened. It's kind of evasive, yeah, you know, the wording of the thing was evasive. Carved out. Let me look up the freaking thing I downloaded and what it says. It is a statement on a district statement on developing situation regarding SRO. Our dear members and families, there is an ongoing external investigation surrounding a personal matter after receiving a report of misconduct filed on August 18th, 2022. The district responded immediately and followed our statutory legal protocols, notifying local and state agencies to investigate the claim. The employee was immediately placed on administrative leave on August 18th, 2022. This is an ongoing investigation and personal matter, and we are legally unable to discuss any details at this time.
They can't even give the employee's name?
No. Everybody's just going to have to figure out who's missing, I guess.
Why would they, you know, if they weren't going to give us the employee's name, why did they even send that out?
They want to get tease us.
They like to tease?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Give me a freaking break.
Are you ready to go?
I am. I'm going to save this in my video, and I'm going to do a part 2 when I get home. 'Cause